The veil is broke, bro. These NPCs out here glitching for real.
Call the cops, call the cops.
Hey y'all, welcome back. My name's Katie and this is Dark Side of the Truth. In this video, we are gonna go over some mind-blowing TikTok videos that are sure to leave you questioning reality and just leave you wondering like what in the actual F is real and what's not. This world is a stage and we're exposing it. So before we go any further, do me a favor and smash the hell out of the like button. And if you're not subscribed to our channel, come on over and get subscribed to our channel and make sure you hit that little bell icon. So hopefully, fingers crossed, YouTube will let you know whenever I upload new videos just like this. But without any further ado from me, let's get straight on into these videos because they are amazing and I want you guys to see them. So go get a snack, sit back, get comfortable, and prepare to have your mind blown because that's what's gonna happen. All right, let's get into it. Roll the intro.
They live, we sleep, the alarms going off, beep beep. Time to wake up to the deceit. Our whole reality's made up by the elite.
Yeah, I know. And that's not the only place that's seeing snow when they like shouldn't be. Like that's not the only tropical place that is seeing snow right now. Check this next video out.
Guys, if you've been hearing reports about snow in different parts of the country this morning, here you go. Look at this. I'm in Newcastle, KZN right now. Since the early hours of this morning, it's been snowing pretty much consistently like this. Everywhere you look, take a look at this. Unreal.
Pretty strange, isn't it? Now, I've been hearing for a while now that the poles will shift and tropical places will have cold weather and like vice versa. But even though we've been hearing this, it's one thing to hear it and it's a completely different thing to see it. There's just something unnatural about seeing snow fall in the desert. Weird, isn't it? Now, people all around the world have been reporting seeing people shapeshift into reptilian humanoids. And I mean all around the world, okay? There's been reports of this from like Hawaii to Timbuktu for the past multiple years. This is not a new concept. But for those of you who may not understand exactly what a reptilian humanoid is, let's get some background on these draconian reptilians just for context. Check this out.
Then there are the most evil species we know in the universe, who are called the draconian reptilians, from the star system Draco. There appeared on Earth over 1 million years ago before the Syrians, but after the Lyrans. They are scaly lizard-face aliens with muscular humanoid bodies who are at heights around 12-14 feet. If we had to pick out one particular race in the cosmos and call them the bad guys, or even a biblical Satan, it would definitely be this species. They feed off low frequencies, fear, blood and death. Being one of the most ancient of species in the universe, they believe they have dominion over all beings on every planet. They are also natural-born shapeshifters and can shapeshift into anyone. Their lifespans stretch to 25,000, 50,000 years. Heavily built, these reptilians are said to be a violent race whose culture is based heavily on war. 400,000 years ago, they were driven off planet or underground by the Anunnaki Syrians and Lyrans, where they are said to still reside today in a network of complex underground tunnels, channeling humans from lower astral demonic frequencies. They have been permanently on Terra, also known as Earth, for over 15,000 years, and sporadically for much longer. They have colonized over 500 planets by means of infiltration through governments and other leadership positions, and have a presence on thousands of planets. They feed off all mammal species and consume live flesh blood, and both sources of nourishment are, in fact, intrinsically linked. It is easy to understand when you consider that flesh and blood have low etheric frequency, especially when imbued with the vibration of fear and pain experienced at death. There is also a very strong reason why they do not want to let go of the ownership of Earth, also known as terror. Adrenochrome, a substance produced on Earth by children submitted to extreme pain and fear and more valuable to reptilians than anything else in the universe. This highly prized drug, excreted from the human body through a needle that you place in the left eye or back in a vertebra of the spine, gives them a kick. It helps their body cells regenerate and also benefits in the shape-shifting process, which lasts longer. This is the main reason why Terran Earth abductees are trafficked by extraterrestrial reptilians disguised as organized crime societies such as corrupt governments and cartels. This is the main reason why Earth abductees never return, especially children being used as food or slaves. They also abduct female beings on a large scale in order to create hybrid offspring to be sent away to other colonized planets, or otherwise these offspring become powerful members, infiltrated in the main leading societies.
I communicate with a lot of different beings, reptilians. They feed off of energy. The reptilian chief said humanity is suffering. They're having a lot of issues, but so is my species. Originally, there were a lot of priests and priestesses that would open portals of light, and then these beings would feed. They're starving because these portals have been closed up since a long time ago, and they're having to feed off of humanity.
The only thing I could suggest is to keep your frequency high and your mood positive to ward off these beings, because I am good. Like, nope. Living for upwards of 25,000 to 50,000 years? Like, what? No wonder they control everything. Allegedly, of course. And just a side note, I think that we all know that these underground tunnels exist. Like, they're very real. I'm just saying. I'm just gonna put that out there. You take it for whatever you will. If I could give one piece of advice, though, it would be to research adrenochrome and how they get it. That's all I'm saying. So now we have a basic summary of reptilians. Well, let's talk about some of these creatures being caught on camera. Check this out.
Stop. Is famous YouTuber I Show Speed, a hybrid reptilian shapeshifter, caught in the act? Comment below about this clip if you find it strange.
That's no boy.
What the fuck? I should have watched the 20v1 video. I know that was black.
Bro, there it is, right? Do you see the red eye? Correct itself. I just want y'all to look at KSI's face and look at his face real quick. I can kind of like see this. Right? Look at KSI.
At first, I thought maybe his eyes were just two different colors, right? I thought maybe he had like a gray eye and then the other eye is like a dark brown color. That's what I thought at first. But then they showed a close-up and I could see it way more clearly, like way more clearly. And I definitely saw like a reptilian slit snake eye blink, like a sideways blink. I definitely saw it. Plus, this is how his eyes normally look. So if his eyes normally look like this, why were they looking like that in the video? Where they definitely look like reptilian eyes or something not human. So what do you guys think? Is he a reptilian? Is this just a camera glitch? I would love to hear your opinions. So tons of people love to go hiking, and I myself really enjoy getting out into nature and experiencing the world. Normally, it is a very beautiful and peaceful place to be. But recently, more and more people have been finding and experiencing some strange and downright creepy things in nature while hiking. And this is exactly what happens in our next clip. Let's check it out.
Be careful. Yep, that's cool.
At first, I thought there was probably a reasonable explanation for what these hikers saw in this cave. Like, there has to be some reasonable explanation for it. That's what I thought at first. But then they threw that stick in there and it caught on fire, like in the middle of the woods. Pretty freaking strange, isn't it? Like, did they find a back entrance into hell? Or does this have a logical explanation and I'm just missing it? Let me know your thoughts. Now, due to the advancements in technology, everyone pretty much has a cell phone with a camera and video recorder in their pockets, or a camera recording at their house. Like, like Ring doorbell cameras, security footage cameras, etc. And this seems to have led to a lot of very creepy and unexplainable things being caught on camera than ever before. And there are tons of like ghost and duende and other creepy cryptid videos online for our enjoyment. Now, in my personal opinion, majority of these like creepy cryptid ghost videos online seem to be pretty fake. At least in my opinion, they do. Not all of them, but most of them. It seems like they're getting easier and easier to fake, not only with fishing line, but also with like AI and stuff like that. But these next few videos that I'm gonna show you, I'm not so sure. I don't think these ones are faked, and they're genuinely like downright creepy, and they will chill you to your core. Check them out and let me know what you think. Is this the real deal or is this fake?
This is definitely not something you see every day. A duende in the clutches of a cat. This happened in Ecuador and is actually very impressive footage. Pay close attention to the duende, pixie, fairy, little creature as it fights to free itself from the cat. Unfortunately, the cat broke the creature's arm and damaged its leg. But this brave little creature manages to break free from the cat and fly off at incredible speed. Watch this.
That thing moved way too fast to be like a squirrel or another cat or any like type of normal animal like that. Plus, it looked like a frickin' doll or a fairy or something. I don't know. And I watched this video frame by frame, forward, backwards. Like, I did not see anything fishy. But that doesn't mean it's not there. I could have just missed it. But I looked frame by frame, forward and backwards, trying to find anything that was suspicious, anything that would prove that this isn't real and it's just like a fake, scary video. And I couldn't find anything. But I would love to hear what you guys think. Is this a real example of a cat and a duende like fighting? Or is this AI edited video? Let me know what you think. Nope. No. Did you see how fast that thing moved? Absolutely not. It's a big fat no from me, dog. What do you guys think? Is this real? Is it fake? Did he just pay somebody to like dress up in a creepy costume and like hang out in that park because he's like, oh, I'm gonna go there and record this video and I want to fool people? Or is it real? I don't know, but the way that that thing moved and how quickly it got up the slide, I'm not here for it. Nope, I don't want no part in it. So is this the real deal or no? And would you ever be brave enough to adventure into that park at night to see for yourself if this is real or not? Let me know if you're brave enough to check that out. Now, when it comes to creepy and unexplainable things being caught on camera, it doesn't stop there. Let's check out this orb transform into a quote-unquote human in Mexico. Check it out.
Mira, se mira esto como de luz pasando, pero no se graba muy bien, y luego después sale como un señor, mira, se para ahí y como que se convierte en un señor, mira. Y se queda ahí todavía está corriendo el reloj de la cámara, se está grabando, mira, se mira como dos cabezas, pues dos personas se mira ahí atravesadas a la misma vez, que tienen como una lámpara, a lo mejor es una pareja, pero no sé, ahí se empieza a mover y la cámara ya no lo graba muy bien, pero ahí se mira que se está yendo por aquí.
Weird, isn't it? Could it just be a camera glitch? Or is this the real deal? The decision is yours. Now, when it comes to unexplainable videos and cryptids being caught on camera, it doesn't stop there. Millions of people all around the world strongly believe in cryptids, and almost all indigenous tribes around the world have their own encounter stories that are passed down to each new generation. A lot of these stories or legends surround Bigfoot, but unfortunately, whenever a quote-unquote Bigfoot is caught on camera, it seems to be either a very shaky and grainy clip, or the video is so short that the sighting is over before you know it, and you're left wondering if what you just watched is even real or not. At least that's normally the case when it comes to Bigfoot sightings. But luckily for us all, I was able to find some videos of Bigfoot, and this is some of the clearest Bigfoot footage I have ever seen. Let's check these videos out.
Brother!
Now, I don't know about you, but I have never heard a Bigfoot or a Sasquatch like talking, let alone singing or humming like that. But that was like a pretty incredible Sasquatch video, if I do say so myself. Crazy. Have you ever heard a Sasquatch talk or sing? Let me know. Now let's check out a video of Bigfoot or Sasquatch caught on a trail cam back in 2023. Now, even though this video is from 2023, it hasn't really made its rounds on social media, so therefore not a lot of people have seen it. Forewarning, this is probably the biggest Sasquatch that I've ever personally seen caught on camera. Like, this Sasquatch is huge. Check it out.
An armed police officer is seen walking by. But 3 minutes later at 10:29 p.m. the trail cam was triggered again, and some massive predator is seen. This dark, hairy, bipedal beast slowly walks through the shot. It appears absolutely massive. It's very tall and very wide, estimated at a height of about 8 feet.
He or she was ginormous. Like, ginormous in every sense of the word. Like, that sighting was way too big. That Sasquatch was way too big for it just to be like a person in a frickin' Sasquatch suit or something. So is this the real deal? Or is it just a really good fake? The decision is totally yours. Now, let's take a look at the clearest Bigfoot or Sasquatch footage that I have ever seen. Like I said, normally they're pretty grainy and like quick and shaky and you can't see much. And right about the time you start to even see where the Sasquatch is, the video's over. That's not the case with this video. This is the clearest footage I have ever seen of a Bigfoot or Sasquatch caught on camera. Check it out. Have you guys ever watched a Sasquatch video that was that clear? Like, normally they're shaky and grainy, but not this one. That looked like the real deal to me. But what do you think? As of lately, we've been experiencing some really crazy and drastic weather on this planet that we all live on. And thousands of people all around the world have not only been reporting about this insane weather we're having, but they also have been reporting seeing and hearing some pretty insane things during these thunderstorms. And this is exactly exactly what's happening in our next video. A storm was passing over Dallas, Texas in 2024 when a resident heard a very strange noise coming from the sky during this storm. She said she's been hearing this noise for the past hour or two, and she's been trying to catch it on camera, but every time she pulls out her camera, the noise stops. However, this time, she successfully was able to capture the noise. And this is what she caught on camera. Check it out.
The following video was captured in Dallas, Texas around September 26, 2024, and the witness was outside during a storm when she records these unidentified sounds that sound like trumpets. Now, this phenomenon has been heard all around the world at different times, and there's still no explanation as to what causes these sounds. Now, the interesting part about this is she heard this over a course of 3 days, and she finally was able to capture it on video. And I also want to make note that she confirmed she does not live near train tracks, so it's not from a train, nor does she live, near bodies of water where it could be a ship horn or something like that. So the question remains is, what causes these sounds? Take a look at this and tell me what you think.
Pretty strange, isn't it? Are those biblical trumpets that we can hear playing during that storm? Because that's what it sounds like. Or is there like a more simple, more logical explanation for what we're hearing here? I don't know, but I would love to hear your thoughts. By now, I think majority of you understand that this world isn't always the most uplifting and positive place to be. And with the more stuff that comes to light, I think it's getting easier and easier to point out the dark entities that secretly control and run our world, especially when you see things like what we're gonna see in our next video. So for those of you who don't know, Coca-Cola is selling customizable Coke cans over the holidays. So you can go online and order some customizable Coca-Cola cans as like a personalized gift for somebody. And I think majority of us would automatically assume that you can pretty much write anything on those cans as long as it's appropriate. Well, at least that's what I assumed, but boy, was I wrong. Let's check out the one phrase that isn't accepted by Coca-Cola to be put on these customizable cans. Check it out.
We need to start boycotting these companies as soon as possible. Out of all the things you can write on this customizable can, there's one thing and only one thing that you cannot write. So writing Allah loves you is fine, right? Okay, so what else are we going to type in? Wait till you see what you're not allowed to say. Buddha loves you. Okay, so you can say the name of really anyone, right? Or at least it appears that way. And just know it's not just Coke cans. It's news, it's TV, it's public sport events. Jesus. Oh wait, sadly we cannot automatically allow this text on the can. So we cannot put Jesus on that can. Satan. You can write Satan on these cans, but you cannot write Jesus? All Christians need to start boycotting all things that will not allow Jesus. And for the name legalist, Jesus is not Zeus. Zeus is quite literally Zeus, taken from Jupiter in English as well. Jesus, Jesus, Yehoshua, Yeshua.
I know, sick, isn't it? When you see things like this, I think it makes it all too obvious which dark entity controls and rules this worldly realm that we all live in. Disgusting. We all should boycott these companies, because if we all stood together and said no, they would stop with their fuckery. Now, I'm sure majority of you have heard the term, it's the age of Aquarius, or it's the age of awakening, and that there is a planetary shift happening on this planet, right? I'm sure you guys have all heard those phrases online. But what exactly does any of that mean? Well, let's check it out.
Luckily, I had a coffee just before this, so I'm about to go off right now. Are you fucking ready for this? What is this planetary shift? What is this mass awakening? What is this shift in consciousness? What is this ascension? What the shit? Alright, so in simpler terms, an extraterrestrial species has been controlling our species because they figured out how to make us work for them. They give us pay, and we think we're not slaves. but you're stuck in the illusion thinking that money is all there is. You're stuck in the illusion of tuning into the external reality when literally everything starts within you. You are not given the proper tools to navigate this physical reality because they don't want you to navigate this physical reality adequately like you really are meant to. Hence why they poison the food, they indoctrinate the kids, they create this whole fake pay your taxes system. Like, it goes deep. Literally every aspect of it is fucked. It's a game. You reincarnated into the game. And in the laws of the universe, there is the law of contrast, meaning there cannot be darkness without light. Now, we have been experiencing the darkness on this planet for a really long fucking time. And like contrast shows, it's time for the light, bitch. So souls all across the universe decided to reincarnate at this time on the planet to witness this event on the playing grounds. There are so many souls who wanted to partake in this, but we ran out of seats. This physical dimension is the hardest to reincarnate into because it is where you experience the most separation from source, from pure bliss, from just light. You experience emotion, you experience suffering, you experience fear. The people that have been in control understand literally every aspect of this and have used it against you, so they keep the truth hidden away from you, so you know nothing about healing frequencies, how to reprogram your subconscious mind. They don't want you to know. But this shift that has been happening, that has started a long time ago, that has been in the works behind closed doors, is finally kicking into high gear. Kicking into high gear where we will finally see the changes. The whole system, as you know it in the present moment, is about to fucking 360. The financial system is going to change. The medical system is going to change. The educational system is going to change. Literally everything is going to fucking change because there are so many things that already exist to literally solve so many problems that were, first of all, created to make them richer, let them gain more power, because they had a plan to create a totalitarian global empire so that there's one world government, everybody's controlled, and we're basically fucked. But there are so many beings across the universe who decided to help us and be of assistance to mankind because we needed help. So the huge shift that is happening, it is happening on a spiritual, energetic level, and a lot of people cannot see it with their physical eyes because they are so tuned into the mass hypnosis, into the illusion, they don't know. They're just going to work and paying their taxes and going to sleep and doing it all over again. So the shift is like the shift to have chosen to reincarnate for. Every single baby that's coming into the world now is like, I want to be there. I want to be there for sure. It's exciting fucking times. I know it may seem scary because it's uncertain. People don't know what's going to happen, how it's going to happen, are they going to be safe? But the thing to understand is that we literally have been controlled by the bad guys. So literally where we're going is peace, it's freedom, it's going back to unity, back to love, instead of just this shit show, really. Call me conspiracy theorist, it's fine, because that name will not be valid for much longer. I am making this video to tell you that literally you do not have to be scared. And they literally want to keep you on the vibration of fear. Fear is the lowest vibrational frequency, and when you're on a fearful level, they suck the juices out of you, so you stay scared. Everything about this reality is meant to keep you scared. Scared of succeeding, scared of running out of money, scared of being homeless, scared. Everyone is fucking terrified. And our natural state of being is love, it's abundance, it's just, ugh. Can you imagine how beautiful this fucking world is gonna like bloom into? Man, I'm so excited. So all in all, everything has been controlled, not in your favor, even though it appears that way. These people are fucking sadistic. Like they figured it out. Evil masterminds. And we're wiping them out by sacrificing our eternal peace and bliss in the non-physical realm, choosing to reincarnate here to experience pain and darkness and suffering so that we can transcend that energy, because you're literally like an energy processing machine. Like you're a transmuter. Transmute that energy back into light and love. Bring light and love back onto the planet, because like I said, it's been controlled by the darkness, the dark forces. So like in every movie, when there's a big fight and then, oh no, we're gonna lose, in the end, the good side always wins. That's the part of the movie we're at now. It's really fucking exciting.
Now, she did a very good job of explaining this planetary shift that's happening right now, and I really don't think that I could have explained it better if I tried. So now that you have a better understanding of this planetary shift that we're talking about, let's take a look at some videos that expose the corruption in this world and the lies that majority of society accept as factual. Let's check it out.
Concerned about bird flu? I might as well just kill it right here. Avian influenza virus, abbreviated AIV, which includes H5N1. It's already been proven that lemon balm, an herb called Melissa officinalis, neutralizes and destroys all avian flu. If you know of any bird flus concerns, just go to your local grocer, natural grocer, go to Sprouts, go to Whole Foods, and you better make sure you got some lemon balm essential oil or lemon balm herb or Melissa officinalis. You don't need to be afraid of it. Just give it to your kids, give it to you. You want to diffuse it as an essential oil, go ahead. Lemon balm is already proven to be able to handle those. H5N1 is already been demonstrated inside of research studies for birds.
Yep. And that's not the only ailment or disease that has like a rather simple cure, but they just don't want to give it to you. The more research you do, you'll find that almost every quote unquote serious disease or ailment has a rather simple cure, but the mainstream media just won't tell you about them. Why? Because you make more money in treating a disease than you do in curing one. This is all alleged, of course. But what do you guys think? Is there any truth to these claims? Personally, I believe every quote-unquote disease, sickness, ailment, anything like that has a reasonably easy cure, and we're just lied to about how to cure them. But hey, that's just my opinion. Now, I don't know how many of you have heard about this quote-unquote bird conspiracy, but basically, in layman's terms, tons of people online believe that majority of the birds found in nature are not real. Not all of them, but majority of them. Some birds are real, but some birds are not. And that the birds that are not real have been replaced with robotic drone birds who spy on us and report back to the government. And this bird conspiracy goes on to say that that is why you will always see birds hanging out on telephone wires and stuff like that, is because they're charging themselves. And at first, I thought it was pretty crazy, and I laughed this conspiracy away because, really, fake birds aren't real. Are you serious? That is, until I came across this next video. Let's check it out.
It's incredible. This is the latest Israeli technology. I introduce you to the new Israeli drone.
Yeah, pretty fucking damning. If Israel can make fly drones, then I'm pretty sure that the US has the technology to make bird drones. Birds are way bigger than flies, and I can only imagine that they would be way easier to turn into drones. Pretty creepy when you think about it. At first, we only had to worry about the birds outside, but now you kind of have to worry about any flies or anything in your house, because you'll never know if a housefly is real or not unless you catch it and dissect it and find out for sure. Crazy. What's your take on all this? Now, The Simpsons are known for predicting the future in their episodes. And while I admit The Simpsons does successfully predict the future a lot, and with shocking accuracy, but they are not the only cartoon to do this. And I would even go as far to say that almost every child's cartoon has some sort of truth sprinkled throughout the show. And if you're paying attention, you will notice exactly what I'm talking about. And this is exactly what happened during a Family Guy episode, when the family's dog Brian dropped a major truth bomb about diseases and cures for those diseases being purposefully hidden from the world's population. Let's check it out.
Oh my God! Specimen Z isn't Carter's body. What is it? Specimen Z is a cure for cancer. Carter didn't die, he cured himself.
Hold it right there.
Carter, you found a cure for cancer?
I didn't come up with it. A couple of eggheads I hired did. One of them's a Chinese. Boy, I don't like those people. But holy crap, wind them up and watch them go.
How long have you had this?
I don't know. When was that Who Let the Dogs Out song?
You've had this since 1999?
I could have you arrested for breaking in here.
Carter, you've discovered the holy grail of modern medicine. Why the hell would you keep it buried like this?
I'll tell you why. Because there's far more money to be made in treating a disease than in curing it. Why cure someone of cancer in a day if we can treat them for a lifetime and bill them every step along the way?
What? That's insane! Carter, what you're doing here is criminal, and I'm gonna tell the whole world about it.
Is that right? Who's gonna believe you? The internet? You'll be just another nutjob left-wing blogger.
Yeah, pretty crazy, isn't it? But it makes sense. It makes total sense. Let me know what you think. Did Family Guy just drop a major truth bomb into our laps? Or am I reading too much into a cartoon? The choice is yours. Now, all throughout history, there have been so many genius inventors who have created amazing inventions that help make our lives easier today. However, some inventors have created such amazing, ingenious inventions that they've landed themselves on a certain government list that you never want to find yourself on. And sadly, none of those inventors who are on that list are still around or here with us today. Hopefully you guys are picking up what I'm laying down. You know, like the guy who invented the car that ran on water, and then within like a few weeks he was choking outside of a restaurant saying they poisoned me? Yeah. Like that. Well, let's take a look at some of Victor, I'm probably going to butcher this last name, so bear with me, but let's take a look at some of Victor Schauberger's inventions that would have made this world a completely different place today if his inventions were taken seriously. Let's check it out.
This man right here, if his inventions were taken seriously, the world would be in a completely different place today. Victor Schauberger, born in the 1800s, had a strong fascination with water, forests, and the natural world. Through his years, he postulated that water is self-organizing and actually conscious. He thought that modern-day science was mechanistic and materialistic and didn't take into account energies, frequencies, vibration, like Nikola Tesla, and spirituality. One of his inventions was a water structuring device. And if we use these today, we wouldn't have to use chlorine and other strange chemicals they add to the water to clean it. With this invention, it cleans water by structuring it molecularly. He referred to this as living water. He invented water turbines that generated electricity from water without pressure or heat. He also used copper coils to harness water's electrical potential. As it implodes, there's a little electrical current basically that's what he used to harness it. Kind of sounds like free energy. He made implosion motors, engines that ran on water or air power without combustion or explosion. And he also made literal flying saucers, at least according to his studies, science, research, and the things that came out from him. He used electrical coils to ionize air molecules and create a plasma field around the hull of this basically UFO. Unfortunately, he was offered a deal to go to Texas to get a bunch of money to help improve his work and develop his work into being used around the world. And unfortunately, he signed a deceptive contract which signed away his life work to an element of the US military. And he perished shortly after.
He was such an incredibly smart man, and if his inventions had been taken seriously, this world we live in would be a completely different place today. Like, completely different. Now, I think all of us at some point throughout our lives have experienced tooth pain, cavities, and dental work of some kind. It kinda is like natural to assume that every person on this planet has been to the dentist or had some type of dental work done, because that is like a commonly accepted norm in this reality. And I think we all would agree that tooth pain is one of the worst pains. Like, it's excruciating. And when your tooth is throbbing, you normally go to the dentist and have some work done, or they will just extract the tooth in extreme cases. Well, what if I told you that there is a way to regrow your teeth? Would you believe me? Now, what if I told you that this isn't a new technology, but rather was invented in 2006? Would you believe me? Well, luckily for you, you don't have to believe me, because I have the proof to back up my claims. Check it out.
These three guys figured out how to regrow teeth using frequency. The problem is, this was in 2006. It's 2024 now. Where's this technology? So they basically use something called low-intensity pulsed ultrasound, massages the gums to stimulate the jaws and encourages growth in the roots of the teeth and aids healing in dental tissue. This guy claims that the root is broken, it can now be fixed, and because we can regrow the teeth root, a patient could have his own tooth rather than foreign objects in his mouth. Keep in mind, though, this would disrupt the industry of fillings, root canals, just about every damn near dental procedure that there is. The way they figured out this worked before they tried it on humans was that they did it on rabbits, which was published in the American Journal of Orthodontics. He then tested the technique on people who needed to get their teeth pulled. Participants held the bulky ultrasound device for 20 minutes a day for 4 weeks against a tooth that had a problem, such as erosion after a root canal. When he looked at the extracted teeth under the microscope, he found new tissue was added to the roots of the treated teeth, but not to the untreated ones. It's just interesting that we don't hear anything about this. It's been so long. I wonder if this is an example of suppressed technologies.
Yeah, and then all the lies that we've been told about, oh, when you have tooth pain, go get it pulled, go get it pulled. Really? What if I were to tell you that your teeth are crystals, and that given the right treatment, they can regrow themselves? Check it out.
God made you into a whole powerhouse. Your teeth are crystals. Please do not go to the dentist and get any of them pulled, okay? I don't care how bad that cavity is. When you are having a cavity and that shit about to fall the fuck out your mouth, okay, or it's just decaying so bad that it's switching colors, you're gonna go in your kitchen, you're gonna get some salt, you're gonna get some baking soda, you're gonna warm up some water. I don't care if you're using the stove or the microwave. Once the water is warmed up, then you're going to pour your salt and your baking soda in that water. Mix it very well. Swish with that in your mouth like mouthwash every day until that cavity is repaired. That's going to reverse the cavity. That's going to remove plaque buildup. The enamel in your teeth is going to come back. And that's going to help with gingivitis. Because your teeth are crystals. They're not supposed to be removed. Why do you think life and death is in the power of the tongue? Our whole mouth projects into manifestation.
Do you believe me now? And I have just one question for you. Why would this technology be hidden from us? We can discuss that further in the comments. Now, on this channel in the past, we have discussed silicone skin suits or silicone skin masks. And I've shown videos of people wearing these silicone skin suits, and you cannot tell at all that it's not their real face or their real hair until they remove the skin mask and reveal a completely different person underneath it. And although this is already extremely creepy and unnerving, I thought that this was the extent of these silicone ultra realistic skin suits, and that you basically had to have a person wear this quote unquote mask in order to use it. That's what I thought. Well, boy, was I wrong. Like, I couldn't have been any more wrong. Check it out. Creepy, isn't it? Legit, nothing is real anymore. Like, nothing. This whole world is a stage. I wonder if anyone, like anyone, has ever came into contact with a robot wearing an ultra-realistic silicone skin suit and they just had no idea because it's so realistic. Creepy, right? Literally anything is possible, and this whole world is a stage and nothing is what it seems. Now, let's go a little bit deeper into this thought of the world being a stage and nothing being real anymore. And let's talk about meat for a minute. And by meat, I mean like chicken, pork, steak, etc. And yes, we've covered the fake foods sold at grocery stores before, but we need to touch on it again, briefly. Why is majority of the meat that is sold at stores, I would even go as far as to say all of the meat sold at stores, why is it magnetic? Like, it has so many heavy metals in it that a fucking magnet will stick to it. Allegedly, of course. And I'm not only talking like 1 or 2 people have video proof of magnetic meat. No, it's so much bigger than that. It is its own like subsection on TikTok, okay? Like, if you go onto TikTok and type in quote unquote magnetic meat, you will fall down a rabbit hole that is so fucking long. By the end of it, you'll consider becoming a vegetarian. I'm so serious. Let's watch some videos of people coming across magnetic meat. Roll the tape.
So the shit about the meat being magnetic, it's for real. It's a holy shitter. You can't pull that. I mean, my God, why are they doing this? That's freaking crazy. This is a heavy magnet, man.
Put a magnet that I got from here and
the great value chicken.
Insane. I know. Like, I've never wanted to become a vegetarian so bad in my life. No wonder the human body contains so many heavy metals in 2024. Because we're breathing it in through the chemtrails, we're drinking it through our water, and we're eating it through our food. Gee, thanks. Now, let's veer off to the side a little bit for a moment here, and let's talk about cloud seeding. You know, chemtrails. How about cloud seeding to purposefully cause storms? Have you guys ever heard of that? Most people believe it's science fiction. But Alexa seems to think that cloud seeding is very real. And Alexa also said that cloud seeding was used in North Carolina to purposefully make Hurricane Helene as destructive as possible. Allegedly, of course. Let's check it out.
Repeat.
To reduce the amount that can be paid out as compensation, Hurricane Helene was then artificially created, just like cloud seeding used to control and manipulate the weather, to flood and devastate those places and crash the value of land there.
Now, I've already made a whole video where we followed the money and found out who stood to make the most amount of money from the destruction in North Carolina. And in that video, I also gave my opinion on this whole cloud seeding topic. So I'm not really going to go into that again, but if you want to see that video, it's on my YouTube channel. Go check it out. But pretty freaking insane, huh? And if it's found to be true, it's pretty damning information. I'm just saying. Now, I think we all understand how important water is and what will happen to humans as a result of not consuming water for a long period of time. And I'm also sure that majority of us understand that the world is made up of 71% water and the human body is made up of 60% water. But do you know how smart water is? Did you know that water has scientifically been proven to have memory? I shit you not. Here, let's learn about it together. Roll the tape.
This kind of shocked me. Water has this tendency to mirror whatever it's exposed to in its liquid crystal state. So if you show it an image and then you put it in the freezer, right before it completely solidifies, it will reflect back to you the image that you showed it. Initially, I thought this was probably a Jesus in the toast phenomenon, but clearly we have a ton of examples of this working. This is deep. Different types of water freeze differently. Water from a spring looks different than rainwater. Filtered water looks like it went through the filter, and tap water looks... This is wild. This is a singing bowl. Left image was before the singing bowl. Right image after that. They look the same. Left image, spring water looking natural like a leaf. Right image, microwave water. So I left something out of this image. This is what the water looked like when it was frozen. The water was not exposed to that image or the one over there though. It was only exposed to Veda's thoughts. She was literally just thinking of a medieval helmet. So what exactly is going on here? We kind of don't understand, really. We do know that water reflects frequency at an extreme level. You can see harmonics and water droplets. You can see rainbows and the entire visible light spectrum through a water droplet. In a way, it's kind of a window into the unseen. Even the forces of nature and their respective patterns geometrically can be seen when we look at things like vortexes. And I've seen a lot of cymatics and a lot of interesting frozen frequencies, but if you want to explore all of this, Veda has a brand new book. She was kind enough to send it to me. It's literally hundreds of pages of evidence of this happening. She shows you the technique. It's a very interesting read. If you're interested in this kind of thing, I'll put the link to the book in that bio link right there.
Pretty insane, isn't it? Based on this study, I would say not only does the type and frequency of the water we consume greatly matter, but also your thoughts, how you talk to yourself, and keeping your frequency high matters just as much. Because if you're consuming chaotic water, then it will enter your body, and then up to 60% of your body will remember it and copy that same chaotic water or energy. Same thing with your thoughts, because the girl in this study was simply thinking about a medieval helmet, and the water froze and showed the image of a medieval helmet. So your thoughts matter. The type of water you consume matters. And how you talk to yourself matters. You're special and you deserve only the best. Don't invite chaotic energy into your lives unknowingly. Don't do it. So our last topic of the day is humans with extraordinary talents. And on this channel, we've discussed people with superpowers before, but this is a little different. This time, we are going to discuss amazing talents that every single one of us have without knowing it. And all you have to do in order to use these abilities is be taught how to access certain parts of your brain. I shit you not. Check it out.
These kids can see with their mind. Yes, they can drive, they can ride a bike, they can do all kinds of stuff. Check this out.
Just tell me what's on this card.
Teacup.
And now tell me what's on this card.
Tiger.
Isabella, what is the shape and color of this stone?
Kind of like a circle, and it's not really, it's kind of like see-through.
These children are taught an advanced form of meditation, and by advanced I mean advanced to you. Most adults operate on limitations imposed on them by people who can't do this. With nothing holding them back, they can be taught very easily, and that is exactly what ICU does. It's an academy in the UK that uses these mindfolds. They're blindfolds that don't put pressure on your eyes. This allows you to integrate the mind with the environment, experiencing it non-locally. This is a school in Ogden, Utah.
Yellow, orange, blue, green.
They teach you to sense the vibration of objects, then convert that into a usable mental image. They teach all ages here. These techniques allow you to navigate and also classify objects without the use of any ocular stimulus. Activating this type of latent ability is like exercising a muscle. You already see like this. Normally, your brain recreates the image that you see using the signals that you received from your eyes. By removing a very demanding sense like vision, you can sense the environment instead of recreating the environment. It removes an entire step. Most research indicates that consciousness is more like a TV station instead of originating from the brain. Just one channel amongst all the channels, and it's simply a matter of changing the station.
Pretty crazy, isn't it? These children will be able to reach their full unlimited potential and then some, because they were taught how to access, unlock, and use part of their brains that most of society can only dream of. Like, how incredible. And to think that every single one of us is capable of doing this too, and all we have to do is be taught and use these special quote-unquote mind folds, of course. But humanity is amazing. The things we can achieve are incredible. You're capable of so much more than you even realize. So be you, be great, go out there and own today, own tomorrow, own every single day until you take your last breath. You're worth it. Go unlock your full potential. Now that was our positive clip for the day, because I always want everybody to understand how important and special you are and what you can truly reach if you try to unlock all of your capabilities. The milestones that humanity can reach is mind-blowing and astronomical. All we have to do is fully apply ourselves. We are capable of so much more than really we even realize, or that we give ourselves credit for. That's for damn sure. But that is all of the mind-blowing and crazy, videos that I have for you guys today. So I'm gonna go ahead and end the video here. Thank you guys so much for your time. I really appreciate everybody hanging out with me. And for those of you who made it to the end of the video, y'all are the real ones. You already know it. Do me a favor and comment "humans are awesome" if you made it all the way until the end of this video. And if you didn't like the video earlier, do me a favor and go smash the hell out of the like button now, because he's been running his mouth and he needs you guys to handle him per usual. But that is all I have for you today, so I'm gonna go ahead and jump on out of here. Thank you guys so much for your time. I really appreciate it. And until next time, I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye!